Kind of depressing start, but I love that Stardew music. Gets you in the right mood. Something I forgot to do before I started the stream, and it's too late to start now, so I'm gonna do it live, is get my camera set up. Which, I am in a constant battle of getting getting just enough USB ports to support all my devices. And when I'm corrupting, I use an Xbox controller, I use my microphone, Blue Yeti, and a USB Bluetooth keyboard and mouse together paired. So I also need to plug in a camera, so that's one port I don't have, fortunately. Let's see, we're doing Pikmin today, which is super exciting. I'm happy about that. Sure, everything's working alright on that end. There we go. You are capturing. Not to drown out the audio. Something I also probably should pay attention to was where to put the camera. Because it's probably not going to fit right anywhere. Oh, it's also not plugged. That would help. I'm gonna hate using my... Oh, it's huge too. I'm gonna hate using my trackpad because it is extremely... I mean, you know what a trackpad is like. It's awful. There we go, that's not bad. We'll make this super small. Like that. No, that's too tiny. You know what? I think I'm gonna say screw the camera. Deciding on it. There's also not enough room over there to put a camera. Unless we made it really small. Oh, it's actually gigantic. I have OBS being huge. Let's do like... way up there? Eh? No. You want to be able to see the game. We'll do that. That's good enough. A little bit bigger. I'm missing my keyboard and mouse a lot. I gotta buy a USB dock. So I gotta do. Look enough. Let's see. On my other monitor, which is over here. That's why you're gonna see me keep glancing over there. Yeah, I think that looks okay. We'll make it fit to this window. I'm sorry I didn't do this ahead of time. Oh no, it's stretching it out. I forgot about it. I was excited. We're doing Pikmin, which will not corrupt well. I know it will not corrupt well. It has never corrupted well. These dimensions are bothering me. So it's gonna be a painful stream. Oh, it's also my wrong camera. Wait, is it that camera? Oh, it is. That's not the right camera. HD webcam. Oh, now it's tiny. Come on, webcam. Pfft. Making things terrible. There. Just right. Go. Hi everyone. You haven't seen me before. I rarely do a cam. Every once in a while I do. For no other reason than I don't have to look presentable most of the time. We'll put that. Hopefully you enjoyed the music. I love this music. Let's get going. So, Pikmin 2 and corrupting it. So to begin corrupting, we need to find a point in which we want to create a save state. That save state, I have 3 possibilities. One is in the actual gameplay, one is at the very intro screen, which we're looking at now, and another is during the cinematic when we load in. I think the best one that's gonna corrupt is probably gameplay, but we're gonna try out the other 2 just to make sure we're covering all of our bases, more or less. So, start it there. I wonder if I can unplug something. I really should set up keyboard commands for my emulator, but I don't have that yet. So, let's pause the music. It is lovely sounding. I was going to play the Gleaner Heights soundtrack, but that's actually not openly available. I have to get a copy of it from my game files. So, let's unpause Dolphin. And the first proposed save state that I'm going to have is right here. So where you're sort of zooming in. And I tried testing it a little bit with the Windows Glitch Harvester. It went okay-ish. So I have, let me pull that up, a single save state actually saved on the stockpile, which we can load in. Kind of affects the graphics in the background as we're like zooming in towards the tree, but not to the degree that I'm happy with. That doesn't look too interesting, and if we re-roll the effect, we're not really getting anything out of it. Trying to re-roll now, not seeing anything new as we change those effects. It looks neat initially, but once you actually get to the main screen, the corruption's gone. Maybe it's nice as a component, but that's about it. Outside of that, I didn't notice anything else that I liked, so I was thinking about moving on from this specific save state, but let's try corrupting it a couple more times just to be sure. I'm also having a lot of fun trying to do window management because I only have this really tiny laptop screen, and for corrupting I have like 9 or 10 windows up. Turn that game audio down a bit. Also, if you're sensitive to flashing lights, bright colors, loud sounds, anything of that nature, forewarning, we do have a lot of all of those during the stream, so be very cautious. It's kind of uncontrollable for me, so be careful there. What's going on, Sky Coaster Man? Lurk from work. I like that rhyme you got going on. But thank you for the lurk from work. Oh, now we have so many keyboards. Let's put the keyboard up there. Stay. Ooh. Ooh, thank you for the follow, Mr. Brick Lobster. Sounds like Rock Lobster, but it's Brick Lobster, which is kind of cooler. And we don't have any interesting corruptions yet, so I hope that's alright. But hopefully we'll find something here in a couple minutes, if we keep corrupting it. I'm gonna raise the intensity a bit. Also not noticing anything. Let's raise our intensity an insane amount. Doesn't seem to be corrupting properly. Let's restart our corruptor. Might be targeting the wrong save state. But it's loading it properly, so that wouldn't be the case. It's doing that wonderful opacity problem. OBS, I love you so. To remove that, I need to hide all the corruption windows, which we're going to do now. In the background, you kind of see a little bit of the new dev version of the corruptor, which is kind of interesting. I like seeing it. It's amazing, and I'm excited for the full release. That is fixed now. Now we reload the corruption engine. Step forward part of it. This one. So many windows to fix. There we go. Okay, that's all good to go. Retarget Dolphin. I think a touchscreen would be nice too. I think that would make things faster. Oh well. Targeting safe state 1. Intensity, fairly high. I'm not going to use my controller because the mouse thing is bothering me. So we're going to use a mouse and keyboard instead. I used to stream just off the trackpad, and I was getting really good at it for a while, but then I got spoiled and I went back to my keyboard, and I never looked back. So there we go. Okay, and starting address fairly around mid-range. Let's make sure this is targeting properly. Water equals bad. Oh no, it's the short. Okay. It's trying to apply units. It's having a little bit of trouble there, it looks like. Dolphin has stopped working. That's good, because that means it actually applied the corruption. You'll hear the crashing sound whenever it actually crashes in the background. Cool. Let's do a much lower intensity. How's everyone's night tonight? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Something's off, because this is taking a lot longer than it should. Let's go on, Misfits. Thank you for the host. Hopefully we're gonna get some good corruptions here. We haven't got anything off the bat, but I appreciate the host, man. Good to see you. How you doing tonight? And I knew what I was doing wrong. I was applying the Nightmare engine. We need to use the Vector engine in order to create our corruptions, so we're gonna get started with that. Once we got everything restarted. OBS is not my friend tonight. Okay, that's fixed. Proper engine is selected. The Fitzer is, I repeat, the Fitzer is not a drill. Like that. Your name is so hidden on my other screen because I used the dark theme. How goes it? It goes alright. How goes it for you? We just got started here, and I'm hoping we can show some interesting material, but so far we're having a little bit of trouble with it. Pikmin is notorious for being very uncorruptible, for me at least, and I've had a lot of trouble with it in the past. That's why I wanted to give it a try today. Oh, it shows up as great for you? Maybe it's just my laptop. I have, I guess a Chrome extension that makes web pages darker, so I think that also might be on top of the dark theme. Either way, you're like very dim. I can still kind of see you though. Save state is selected properly, so this should work now. Yep, it is crashed, but still works, which is good. And there's an actual working version, so awesome. You don't have any audio though. We'll lower the intensity a little bit. There we go. And we're going backwards on the tree. That's something we might be able to keep. We unfortunately lost our other stockpile where we had the sort of darker looking webs. We can save this one. We can save this one as a maybe. Yeah. My original color was red, but I found the black color and was like, let's use this. Oh yeah, I've changed my color a couple times. I used to use, I think I'm still purple in most chats. Actually, no. Heidi will. I'm purple now, okay. I was using purple and red between those two. Okay, so this is one of three possibilities where we were going to corrupt. The intro scene, I don't think it's going to corrupt too well. We might be able to get like one or two good ones out of it, but we must pick one save state. And the entire stream is going to be around that one save state, because creating multiple save states kind of messes with the Windows Glitch Harvester, and it's a lot of extra directory work, which we're not going to mess with. So the second possibility that I have is here, So we're gonna try targeting this cinematic. Which I don't know if these objects are actually rendered or if they're pre-rendered. If they're rendered in real time, then we might be able to corrupt them properly. If it's pre-rendered, we're just gonna be like corrupting a video, so it might not be as good. Let's give it a try. We're gonna do further off starting address. The intensity's fine. I think this is a video. It looks like a video. At least the way it's acting. Yeah. Definitely a video. Okay. So we won't corrupt this either. We're gonna go straight to gameplay. Yeah. Load our fresh save state. And actually, I haven't created a save state for gameplay yet. Let's go through the intro. Because why not? What was that? In before we find some hidden messages from the creator saying thank you for finding the secret boss fight, right? I was just talking about that with Bull a couple days ago, how every once in a while we'll get a corruption that like skips us right to the end. It would be awesome to find like a little hidden level. There's a game that the developer hid their name in it because back in the day you weren't allowed to put your name in the games. I think it was an Atari game or something like that. It'd be kind of like that. Oh, I'm not going to read any of this. Skip forward. Oh, we don't have a mouse and keyboard. But let me set that up while we're waiting. Set up my keyboard for GameCube input. Oh, that was a bad idea. Don't use start for spacebar. Oh well. Okay, we'll give that a go. I've been playing this thing called Dota 2 Auto Chess. Is that Auto Chess? I should really put my chat on this other screen. I'm like cringing over my laptop. I'm playing a thing called Dota 2 Auto Chess. It's really hard to describe, but it's fun as hell. I've never heard of that before. Dota 2 Auto Chess. There's a tier listing for it. I don't know any of this. I'll check that out. Let me write that down. I'm curious about what that is. I don't play much Dota. I play Smite, which mostly when I either get League fans or Dota fans, and they say, "Oh, which one do you play?" I say I play Smite, and I usually get a weird look. But I haven't played in a very long time. I usually don't do too many MOBAs. This not communicating via communicator. Omar, you must find a Louie before he freezes to death. That'd be the tragedy of the center. Baby Blue Forward, how you doing? Good to see ya. Welcome to the chat. I'm hoping we'll get some Pikmin corruptions. I don't know if you're here, but when I tried this before, it did not corrupt well. This might be a very painful stream for me, but I'm hoping we get something out of it. Fingers crossed, Glaze. I've never played the MOBA aspect. I had enough from it from League of Legends. Okay, yeah, I do not blame you. I know they're somewhat similar, which if you said they're similar, you might trigger some people, but I feel like you play one, you'll probably play them all for the most part. Of course, you have to learn the metas and different characters and all that, but... Okay, let's see how well my control setup worked. Not very well, so wait. I didn't set this up very well at all. Let me do this one more time, wait. Keyboard and mouse. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay, good enough for me. Let's make a save state here. Oh, unfortunately, my save state key activates the start menu, so let's get a different key for that. Okay, there we go. There is our save state. Thank you, Baby Blue Forward, for the host. I always appreciate it. I love your support. Too kind. And in each game, it takes up to 40 minutes long. Yeah, 40 minutes long. I know in Joust, it would be like 15 minutes for Smite, which was like their really short 3x3 game mode. And then there was like the longer game modes, which are like 40 minutes to an hour. And then if you lost one of those, it's like you just wasted an hour of your time doing that. Not saying I didn't do it a lot, I just felt awful when I did it. Let's see. So I'm gonna target the save state within the Windows glitch harvester. Oh my god, a cam! What's going on, Brisby? How you doing? I do it every once in a while, not too often. I don't always want to look too presentable, but you know, every once in a while I'll throw on the fake makeup. It puts a face to the corruption streamer. And we're trying out Pikmin, so whether that goes well, probably not. Because Pikmin does not corrupt well, in my opinion, but we're going to try real hard to get a good stockpile out of it. And yeah, nice to see what I look like. I'd like to see what I look like. I glance in the mirror every once in a while. It takes up to 8 players to start a game, so imagine having 8 people you're familiar with. It takes 8 people for the... Oh god. For the game mode that you're doing, the chess one, or for the, like, 45-minute one? Oh, there's something. We're getting a lot of crash screens, so maybe we gotta mess around where in memory we're corrupting. There are 2 auto chess. Got it. That sounds kind of nice. Depending on what the game mode is. I still not exactly sure what it is, but it sounds kind of fun. Nope, that's a crash. Ah. Let's go further in memory and lower intensity maybe a little bit more. There's something kind of cool. First off, how many Pikmin do we have? How many is that? 42 billion Pikmin? Or out of 42 billion Pikmin, so it's counting how many Pikmin are just on the planet itself. And you can go collect them all. Gotta catch them all. Someone said it reminded them of Clash Royale with more details. Oh, okay, that kind of makes sense to me. Alright. Which Clash Royale is kind of like an RTS with less elements to it. So I get that. Well, that sounds kind of fun. I'm gonna have to check that out. I think did I write down? I'll write down over here. Dota 2. I forget the name of it again. Auto chess. Thank you for the suggestion. You have no idea what Clash Royale is? I know it was from the makers of Clash of Clans, I believe. And I knew what that was, but it's a different game mode. Anyway, so here's something. We get darkness on the screen. Whether we want to keep that, it's something. It's our first kind of interesting corruption. So we're going to put this as a maybe on the stockpile. And we'll give it a little name. So we'll say maybe dark color. Let's also try sanitizing it a bit. So we sanitize our corruptions in order to improve their stability in the end. If I were to sort of create a stockpile and hand it to someone and say, hey, play this, I want them to be able to play it for a couple seconds without it crashing. And that's why we sanitize it. It just removes all those sort of crashy elements. That looks like alien crop circles. They're like little onion pods drop down on those things with like each little leg. I miss having a controller. I'm fighting between having a controller or having a camera. But they're like little pod legs. Go here. I also don't have too much control of the camera at the moment. Not as much. But anyways, what we're seeing right now is the blast editor, the one that I'm kind of over, but this is the blast editor around me. What this does is it shows us exactly the corruption that we're creating within memory, so it gives us a memory address and a parameter value. And we're just removing those at random until we have just a single memory write, or maybe a couple. So we continue in that fashion. Right now we have 800 memory writes. Now we're down to 400. And it sort of breaks it down like that. This one, some of the snow is returned, which is nice. Down to 25. Down to 7. 3. 2. And 1. So single memory, right? Alright, send that to our stash. It appears as the most recent item within our stash history here. And we can throw that on our stockpile and call it mud floor. We can remove the old one. And now we can try re-rolling this corruption. If it was a more obvious corruption, like maybe we were adjusting the Pikmin's size, or maybe Olimar was disappearing at a rapid rate, or a color was changed, re-rolling the corruption would sort of affect those values, so it would affect the height, it would affect the color, stuff like that. In this case, I don't think re-rolling will actually do anything. See, it's either the ground is still black, or if we get just the perfect memory right, it might go back to normal, like that. That one there. So it's either it happens or it doesn't happen, there's no in between. And we can spend here just a couple more minutes trying, but I'm not seeing anything else happening. So we're gonna move on. That's our first component, and the way I usually corrupt is I create multiple components together within my stockpile, I combine them all together for more interesting sort of hybrid corruptions, and I finalize with that. So, keeping in that mindset, let's continue along. We have a gigantic... what are those guys actually called? Those little red guys. Red polka dot enemy Pikmin. I forget their name. I hear that and it sounds terrible. I had a weird glitch like this once in a game, I forgot which. Let me know which. I'm curious if you find out. I occasionally, like, big corruptions are very common ones because usually the values of their size, like, usually they'll just make a big guy and then just make him smaller, and there you have two enemy types. So usually they're storing that size value as something, and we can corrupt that size value without issue. Bullbeer? Bullborb. Bullborb. Okay, I need to know that in case I was going to name this corruption. So let's sanitize this one, which will take us a sec. But once we have it sanitized, we'll have his height as an individual component, and from there we should be able to affect the height by just re-rolling the value. Hopefully. It seems like sometimes he like fades out of existence and then sometimes he comes back. Like that. Also, we're getting like infinity Pikmin again on the planet. Laser shell with disco gold spinner, dude. The one and only Bullboard spinner do. Also, they're still beating up like the empty shell of where it used to be, which is kind of sad when you think about it. But I guess he had it coming. I watched. Have you ever seen the Pikmin shorts? I think they had 3 of them. I had never seen those before, and I watched them, I don't know, like a week ago. Wasabi had suggested them to me. They were really well done. Very entertaining to watch, very funny. I can't believe I hadn't seen them before. I think they're available on like the Wii shop for purchase for a short time, so I never checked that out. Oh, Skyrim that had that black texture glitch happen. Skyrim has had some interesting glitches, only because, I mean, it's so easy to mod it, so there's so many kind of wacky things you can get when you throw mods together that aren't supposed to be together. So, I'm not surprised in that. Even in vanilla's kind of still buggy, so it's cool you got something like that. I think I've had my fair share of bugs when I've corrupted or even played vanilla Skyrim. Most of the mods, they are not cleaned properly, true. And they do not allow for like other mods to mesh well with them. They're kind of like, they overwrite stuff and they're like, I'm gonna let my mod work and no one else's. So, we have this sanitized. I'm gonna reroll it now before throwing it on the stockpile. There's a good one. You can see his eyes like horrified for half a moment there. As he gets beaten to death, Jesus. This one, he's kind of like inside out. This one here. Jesus. Thing is, I never actually finished the game. I just messed around. I beat the game once. I remember I sat down, I finally beat it. But before that, no, I hadn't beat it for like years since it had come out. I just wasn't interested in the main story. But I finally got around to it. We can probably save one of these. Let's save this one. So, Atrocity. What's this guy's name? I gotta look it up again. Bulbasaur. Not Bulbasaur. Bulborb. Like a giant mutated Birdo. Bulborb. Okay, Atrocity Bulborb. Let's keep rerolling it. Actually, I'd like to corrupt the birds in this game. Let's see if we can get one more good one before moving on. Also, every time I start to get a character upgrade and whatnot and finalize my build, I'll get stuck doing all the side stuff and never focus on the main quest. Yeah, that sounds about right. I would occasionally lose track of even where the main quest was and just do side stuff. You're an archer with summoning most of the time. Archer with summoning, that's kind of cool. I know everyone does sneaky archer because maximize damage. All you have to do is sneak around and just shoot people with your bows. Don't have to worry about confrontation. I think I eventually did a sneaky archer once I learned about them being so cheap. But I originally did, I think just like rogue builds. So, you know, cloak and dagger, knife stuff for the Dark Brotherhood. Stuff like that. That's what I think I usually got caught up in. Oblivion was the Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood. Skyrim was with more Dark Brotherhood. Daedric Lord tanking while I sharpshoot them from the altar. That's quite the picture. I imagine that could be like a cool mosaic. Alright, we're gonna move on. We have our Atrocity Bulborb. I'm happy with that one. From the top with the new corruption. That sounds kind of cool. That looks like a flag. The new Pikmin flag. What was that sound? I hope I hear it again. There it is. It's like a person saying "wop." The Pikmin. Okay. Yin and yang. Except there's only yin, and there is no yang. Wop. Alright, moving on. Here's that flashing color warning. And the loud sound warning. I have a compressor on the stream, which is good. Every once in a while, one gets too loud where I actually have to take off my headphones. Hopefully it won't hit that in the stream. Oh, I usually have like a little window I pull up, but I guess I can't do that this time around. Also, that sounds terrible. I'm so sorry. I will stop that in half a second. Okay, stop. Yeah, usually I put like little pictures there. Stuff we corrupt. There's a lot of them. Okay. We have negative Pikmin? Is that right? That is right. How about that? Let's lower intensity a bit. Let's go closer to 0, which is usually a little dangerous because we're corrupting like system functions. But let's give that a go. The Daedric Lord could tank damage near anything that would never drop aggro if I like. If I let it get 4 or 5 hits in. That's cool. That's a good way to like attack because then it's not even you attacking. Also, we crashed the emulator. Broken glass. It's a really awful minecart ride. That's kind of a cool effect. Okay, I have a decision. Do I keep the audio, which is probably drowning me out, most definitely. Let's turn that down. Do I keep the audio, or do I keep just the spinny things? Or try to keep both. We'll try to keep both. You never like melee builds because they're up close and personal. I totally feel that. That's why I always go like mage builds whenever I Oh, that noise is distracting me. Let me turn that down. I usually go mage builds or anything ranged. I usually don't go archer though. I think I started doing mage / magical ranged in like World of Warcraft, which I'm a big fan of. I priest in that, but ever since then, like in Diablo and stuff like that, I always went with the mage glass cannon kind of build. Kind of does look like it is skill. I guess it's, now that I'm looking on the screen, it's all the snowflakes that are falling are becoming this corruption. Yeah, they're just like really stretched out snowflakes. The audio is off-putting. I hope they're not one and the same. Cool. I was actually worried that we might lose Olimar on the screen, but he's actually okay, and we still have the corruption going on in the background, which is very good. Here we have the two corruptions split. We don't hear the audio, but we do see the snowflakes, so we're gonna send this to the stash, and we're just gonna take care of the audio right now. There we go. The only mod I liked with Melee was Monk and Druid mod. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Mod for Skyrim? Because that reminds me of the Monk and Druid in World of Warcraft. That sounds like a really fun class to play, both of those. I like Monk classes. I'm gonna call this something like factorial industry. Something like that. Or just industry noises. And then let's save the snow one. This one. Best we can. With Monk you can kick and punch and deal damage with hand-to-hand abilities, and Druid has healing and summons as well as buffs with nature magic. Cost synergize with Monk. Do you have... Does Monk... or no. Does Druid have shapeshift at all? Or is that just sort of like down-to-earth nature abilities? That sounds pretty fun though. I like that it's all hand-to-hand for the Monk. Relying on the true martial arts. I think it doesn't mean I've got that far. Gotcha, okay. That is another thing I'm writing down. So I have Dota 2 auto chests, and I'm also writing down Monk and Druid for Skyrim. Because I'm actually really interested in the Monk build. What they did with that. Okay, we got a single memory right. I'm gonna send it to our stash, throw it on the stockpile and call it something like... I like Snow Disco, that was a good way to put it. Let's call it that. And we can re-roll Snow Disco. That's more like a Snow Disco than I think. Snow Disco? Or like a laser show almost. If I remember correctly, if you ran at the enemy and did a heavy attack, you do a leaping kick. Oh, kind of like a... Oh no, I'm thinking of a bicycle kick, like Now I remember who does bicycle kicks that I'm thinking in my head. One of the... Jackie Chan or one of those guys that does Kung Fu. I don't know any of the names. Liu Kang from... Mortal Kombat, right? Okay, it is Mortal Kombat. I was like, am I saying the right series? Yeah, like Liu Kang. I can't decide if I want the gentle snowfalls. Like, the Disco Storm is where it's at. We don't really need this one. We might combine it with something later. We'll keep it as a component for now and throw it out in case we can't find anything for it. Industrial noises, we need to reroll this. Sounds like it's just like some kind of varying level of loudness. Okay, so let's move on. The thing with Monk though is you can't wear any armor, you lose synergy, you can wear normal clothes like Monk robes. That makes sense. It would like weigh you down. A very like glass kind of build. Strong glass. Broken glass. Okay. This one we get some dimmer lighting, which I kind of want to keep. Let's check that out. You're doing that thing again. OBS does this thing every once in a while where it tries to capture a window, and if it randomly decides to add some opacity to it, it will, so you'll see like a little bit of opacity there. No cool why. That's why the Druid combo works well, because it buffs you to insane levels. Right. Druid buffs are insane, so that makes sense. They should be insane. They're from the earth, man. The best kind of buffs. We're saving, what are we saving again? The coloration. There are definitely weird mods. I know there's a YouTuber I watched for quite a while. I can probably find his name here too. And he just did weekly like mod reviews for Skyrim and other games. What's that guy's name? Because they're pretty decent quality videos. Are you suggesting names? I like Brodu also. I've seen the Macho Man Dragon mod. No, I have not. That sounds amazing though. For some reason, I want to say like Syndex, but I know that's not it. MXR mods. That was the guy. MXR mods. I believe. Without watching any of these, I think that was the one. That was good, like, you see the weird ones, but you also see the interesting ones, so it's a good mixture of the two. I enjoyed watching that. And without playing Skyrim and installing them, because at the time my PC couldn't handle them, I liked looking them over. I saw the Thomas the Tank Engine one, though. I saw someone have, like, a horrifying battle with, like, Thomas the Tank Engines raining down from the sky. They had, like, Deathclaws in the game, because they modded those in, so Deathclaws fighting each other. Like a million archers. It was beautiful. It really was. This actually kind of looks nice. Without, unintentionally, this, I'm gonna hide my video for a sec. Unintentionally, I now have a skin for my Blast Editor. Which looks kind of nice. It's Pikmin themed. Also Dragon Ball Z and Bleach. I never got into those two series, but I know a lot of people are big fans of them, so that's cool that those exist. Makes you an anime protagonist. You know, where everyone looks normal and there's the guy with the yellow spiky hair that looks energized. That's the main character. We're all just NPCs. 3 memory rights, 2 memory rights, and 1 memory right. Send it to our stash. We'll call this Dim Sky. Can reroll that. It creates some weird effects, so this one flipped the camera. And also raised some of the elements. I was a protagonist like you once that I took an arrow to the knee and lost my pride as a Saiyan warrior. What in the world is going on here? It's like it raised the world, or actually no, it dropped the world because we're below everything. So we could call this, I don't know, drop world? I guess? It also flipped the world. In this one we have, I think we're extremely high in this one. Yeah, we're on the cliffside now, so it's super high. That's cool. Oh, and we can walk off a little bit. But you can't see the ground. I'd like to be able to see the ground if possible. So let's see if we can get a less intense version of that. Or like the bottom of the mountain, I guess. Hopefully no one's afraid of heights tonight. That's a nice one, I like that. We'll call this... I want to say sky, but that's not the right word. Cliff landing. That works. Anything else? I think we're gonna get extremes of those two. At World World's End. That's a much nicer name. Let's do that. At World's End. That might be more fitting. Well, let's see. At World's End might be more fitting if it drops off to like 0 and you can't see anything down there. This one still looks like a cliff, so I think I'm gonna keep it at Cliff's End. Or Cliffside Landing. Let's make another one, because I like that name. That's a good one. Or one of these like infinity drops. This one. Yeah, that's a good one. We'll call this At World's End. Thank you for the name there. Well, I think that's probably the extent of it. Yeah, not seeing anything new, so let's go ahead and clear out our history and start from the top once again. We've got a good number of corruptions so far. I'm pretty happy with this. You've been good at naming stuff? That's the godsend, because if Baby Booford is still around, she can, or they can attest. I always say she because I said the emotes are a she. My mistake. They can attest to knowing that I am awful at naming. Terrible at naming. This one is Crash. You notice my weird random words in Jeb's chat. That's the, what is that? That's the Fitzerisms? The Fitzerisms? I love that. They have their own name for it. And a very fitting name at that, too. Every once in a while I'll get some decent naming, but I have trouble with this a lot of the time. I'm getting better at it, though. I have to do it very often. I look forward to more of the Fitzerisms, though. I'm sure they're in his quotes. Do we have public access to Jeb's quotes? I would hope we would. I know you can, like, store quotes. I'm sure he has some gold ones in there. Oh, another crash. Okay, let's mess with our starting address. We've been too close to 0. Move it a little bit forward. We drop the intensity a tiny bit. There we go. For some reason, this makes me want to see GTA 5 corrupted, which corrupts super well. If you want to see GTA 5 corrupted, I don't think I'd be able to do that, only because it's a little bit too intense for my laptop, which I'm streaming at college for. I'd be able to do that when I get back home. But I do recommend, Vinny from Vinesauce did do some GTA 5 corruptions. Specifically when you work with very large games like that, you can only corrupt specific... Also, we're ascending. That's pretty awesome. Working with really big games like that, you can only affect specific data files, and the ones he affected were like the driving AI, which was hilarious because the the cars would just be smashing into walls at like full speed, stuff like that, or like the weapon mechanics, so the walking animation and stuff like that. Vinny from Vinesauce, GTA 5. That's a good corruption stream. Most of my corruption stockpiles that I try to create are intended for Vinny to play after I sort of culminate them all together and compile them together. That's my end goal for most of the time. For a while I was posting them to Google Drive so you could download them after the fact, but not too many people were downloading them and it's a little tricky to download. So if anyone's ever interested in downloading one of these stockpiles, DM me through Discord, which I have a Discord link here in case you're interested. I'm part of a stream team called Odd Brew. That's how you can easily contact me, or you can DM me various other ways. But yeah, that's if you're interested in downloading it. Also, I don't have all the quotes, but there's not 230 quotes. That's a lot of quotes. I have not tried Star Fox tonight. I was considering doing that tonight. That was one of the ones I was pulling up. I wanted to do a GameCube game tonight, but I didn't want to do the GameCube version of Star Fox. I'd rather do the old version of Star Fox first before I try the GameCube version. I think, if not tomorrow, then sometime this week, we'll definitely get going with that. We'll give that a try. Because Star Fox would be an interesting one. I know I've seen a couple interesting corruptions for it. Not a whole lot, even though it is a popular game, which kind of leads me to believe it might not corrupt too well, but it's worth a try. If my persistence, at least for this Pikmin game, is any proof of worth. We'll definitely get something out of it. Oof, double crash. Usually my corruption streams, like if you saw Luigi's Mansion, maybe every 5 times they hit the blast target button here, we'll see a good corruption, because a couple of the Nintendo games corrupt extremely well. This one, the flashing one. Pikmin does not corrupt well though. And before you corrupt Slippy to be spinning constantly and actually shoot something. He will spin! Yeah, we'll see if we can actually make him shoot something. Actually target, for once. I'm looking for my controllers if I'm able to control things. So let's sanitize this. We're gonna combine this with our laser shell. Earthbound feels right. This is interesting corruption. So it's a mixture of two. There's a hybrid corruption going on. It's the floor is black, and also there's a green tint to everything. No, it's just green flashing. Okay, no, never mind. I was wrong. This one's kind of flashing, not really. Walking home on some green ice, some radioactive ice. Speaking of Earthbound, I've corrupted Earthbound before. Does not corrupt well. Corrupts okay. Ish. It's more for ROM hacking, which there's a fantastic ROM hacking community for that game, for all the games. Not much for corrupting though. I think I had a 2-hour stream with about 3 or 4 corruptions that got good out of it. Although I've seen part of the RTC Discord, which is the real-time corruptor program, a subset, well, the Windows Glitch Harvester, which is the program I'm using that you see all around here. This is a subset of the real-time corruptor. Within the real-time corruptor Discord, there's a person that is dedicated solely to making Earthbound corruptions because he loves it so much. He has made some good work, and I've seen maybe a handful of good corruptions from that person. It's already pretty much self-corrupted. It has a certain charm to that game. And I haven't beat, I guess, Mother 3 or Earthbound yet. I played Mother 1 and 2, which I loved extremely well, but I haven't actually beat Earthbound. I've got a decent distance into it, but I forget what made me stop at the time. Just timing. Haven't had time to finish it up. 5 left. This is taking a little while, because I think there's 2 memory writes that are here that create this effect. Yep, so there's 2 memory writes. Can we have one without the other? We cannot, so these are both required. There's a weird thing that would happen for people who pirated Earthbound. They got trolled so hard. Really? Pirated via, like, getting a illegal copy of the cartridge, or how do they do that? I know for my copy that I played on the original hardware, but it's always kind of cool to see those piracy protection things, because they're always interesting, to say the least. Like torrenting it. Oh, okay. That's something that's right down my alley. Let me look that up too. I'll Google it for Earthbound. Oh wait, didn't it? I think I heard about that. I remember vaguely what it did. That was something about the ending, but I don't want to ruin it for myself. Anyway. What are we calling this? We're calling this Green Flash. Sorry, this has just been flashing on screen the entire time. Green Flash, let's combine it with Disco, no, with Snow Disco. Bootleg cartridges, that's what I thought, okay. Because I know piracy protection, you know, is a big thing with bootleg cartridges. Torrenting, while it is possible. Like there was measures to prevent them from playing pirated versions, like checking the instruction manual and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's mostly a clean rip. Like if they rip it properly, that's gonna be a clean rip that they're distributing. It doesn't look like we properly saved Disco Snow, but that's easy to repeat, so there's Disco Snow. Let's remove one of these other ones. And this one's gonna be called Not So Disco Snow. Okay, and then let's combine Disco Snow with Green Flash. Merge Stash Case together. Yeah. Let's also combine that with Mud Floor. I think that will... Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I like the blackness that kind of zones off. Makes it look more party-esque. So let's merge all those together. Throw that on the stockpile and call it Party Floor. We'll think of a better name a little bit later. We can remove Mud Room and Disco Snow and Green Flash. Outside the box, I think the YouTube channel has top 10 anti-piracy videos. I might have seen that before. That sounds like a familiar YouTuber. Outside the box. Top 10 piracy. I have to search around for a little bit, I think, but I'll have to check that out. Because that's interesting stuff. And moving on. Create history out and start from the top. And the top also crashes it. 2 crashes in a row. Three crashes in a row. Alright, we're gonna mess with the starting address a little bit. Bring a little bit more out. Away from 0. That last Green Flash is Spiky Disco Ball. All you need is some music and some little bit of MJ. There's some music for it. Let's combine that. Not perfect music, but it's something. That's how I try to put the corruptions together, is like, I kind of get an idea of what I want. Like, kind of like a party. Put that all together. Maybe there was some music in there. That's what I'm looking for. $36 and 18 and 9 4 2 and 1. Send a stash. Call it music. We don't need a descriptive title since we're going to combine it right away to Party Floor. There's a little bit of music. Party Floor. Remove the old one without the music, and remove music corruption. Something we forgot to do was reroll it. I guess we gotta give that a go. I think the only thing I'd... ROM is name... Wait. The only thing I'd... ROM is name... I think I missed that last part. Oh, you downloaded the wrong one. Gotcha. I was a little confused on that. Mega Man X. Is that a hard to get cartridge? Like a sort of rare one? Mega Man X. Yeah, the SNES. It's the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, not the SNES. Oh, MAME. Oh, I've never heard of that before. That's why I was like, I thought that was a typo. MAME is an arcade emulator. What? I didn't know that. MAME arcade emulator. What? That's awesome. I want to check that out. That's so cool. Thank you for mentioning MAME. I want to check that out. Mega Man X. I wouldn't be able to get the ROM. I would have to purchase that. But cool nonetheless. MAME. Huh. I'd have to corrupt for that. I have to try corrupting for that. Yeah, the gaming reviews. I had a lot of games that were like nostalgic. I think the big nostalgic game for me was a Harvest Moon game, which is one of the ones I corrupted, but it's good to have those nostalgic memories. And going back to that one game. We're gonna take a screenshot of that right there. Gotta kind of resize it. Sorry, taking just a sec. Looking just right. There we go. Okay, moving on. That's a lot on Twitch, right? That's not bad. Those are zeros. And ones. Have you ever heard of an arcade game called Ninja Baseball Batman? Also, that is a paper bag. It is a paper bag that you have to throw the Pikmin on to like crush it down. No, I have not heard of. It's really Ninja Baseball Batman. Okay, I thought I might have read that wrong. Oh, no, you stop that. Nope, nope. Oh. Would you look at that? What is Batman about this? Oh, no, actually, no, I kind of see. Okay. Is it like a knockoff? Or why was this created? Oh, Batman. Now I get it. Terrible. They totally capitalized on that. Is it any good? Have you played it? Oh, I think in this last one, was that a ship? It looks like a ship grew in size. You beat it. It was fun. Was it a very long game? It looks kind of... I like the art style for it. Reminds me of those old Disney cartoons. Very, rubber hosey. Is how I would put that. It's another cool game that Scoot, another streamer with a rather boring name, but it's actually a hidden gem, is called Writing Fight. Also, the name Scoot is amazing. If you're familiar with Vinny from Vinesauce, you know why. Let's see. Let me check that out too. What's it called again? Writing Fight. Thank you. You're introducing me to all these titles that I have never heard of before, which is awesome because I love finding new games and enjoying them. Writing Fight. This looks like a game I would love to corrupt. Oh yeah, hoverboards are... What are these boards? They look like hoverboards. Battery is low. Thanks, battery. Has 8 levels if I recall. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you for the suggestions. I forgot what I was doing. I was trying to check if the ship is getting huge. Oh, it's paper thin. Can you rotate the camera? I think you should be able to. But I gotta confirm that with a controller. While I have a controller. I don't have my keybinds set up quite right. So I'm kind of finicking with them. I want to make sure that controls that should be there are not there. It does kind of look like a house panel. It's if they put Olimar's ship in, well, Louie's ship in Paper Mario. Let's see, how do I do this? I need to go to Dolphin figure, switch to. I gotta save my profile for the keyboard. And switch to my gamepad. And switch my profile over. A lot of work to double check. Okay. Can we rotate the camera? No, we cannot. Okay, that is all I wanted to check. Keyboard and mouse. Load. Back to keyboard and mouse. That is all I need to know. What's going on, Z? How you doing? Awesome to see you. Another fantastic streamer. Also, Misfits, do you stream at all? I don't think I've seen any of your streams. If you do, which I'll have to check them out. But let me give a shout out to my friend Z here, which I gotta type in your name. How many dashes are in that? I can only do it in this other one. You don't, but you would like to. What did I do? Nope, that sounds terrible. You stop that. Awful. Real quick before I forget. Shout out Mr. Z. Go check out his content. Awesome streamer. Play this, but don't make terrible sounds. Your internet won't allow it? I know my internet for the longest time, it was so bad. It was like 500 kilobytes a second, which is awful. You can get the bitrate just right, where it's gonna be pretty bad quality, but it's nice to just like get in the habit of putting out streams, even if they're not like, you know, 1080p, 60 FPS, etc, etc. Even if it's like 360p, I mean, shoot, I'd still watch it. I look at Jup's computer, for example. He has an older school computer. I think he has pretty good internet, so that's not as much of an issue. But his computer is a little chuggy. He still enjoys it, so I recommend it. But give it a try. Get in the habit of doing it. The habit is really the thing that keeps you going. If you're streaming every day, if you can afford it, or like every other day or something like that, and regularly do it, that's the fun of it. It's just part of my day now, and I love doing it. You're in the middle of God knows where, and you're trying to fool around with OBS, and it's so bad it's free frame. Oh, it's freezing. Gotcha. Computer is a little freezy too. Yeah, I've been in the middle of God knows where. The town I used to live in was very small. I couldn't say the population because how small it is, but there I wasn't able to stream. Maybe you could. Maybe not stream, but like record videos if you're interested in that kind of thing. Treat it like a stream, but then just upload it to YouTube. It's like 2 hours. 1.2 to 5 at a moment's notice. It sucks to drop that much, but I think if you kept it at a stable 1.2, like you set it up so, I don't actually know any of these bitrate settings or anything like that, but if you set it so it's okay that it's 5, but just kind of keep it at 1.2. At the quality 1.2 would output, if that makes sense. I think you might be alright. But yeah, that fluctuation is you're gonna feel that for sure. You're gonna have some spikes. Hopefully, your internet situation improves. Because I feel that pain. Never been good at the technical side of things. The one field in computer science that I'm awful at is anything to do with networking, network engineering, or network security, or anything network related. I'm a computer science student, so I do programming and I can do a little bit of computer engineering and stuff like that. Networking is not my deal. PC's so damn good though. Shoot. Upload YouTube videos. That's what I would recommend. Record the videos themselves and then upload to YouTube. Have some people watch them, and then later on build your streamer presence. GTX 1060, that's what I got on my laptop. I think so. Yeah, I got a 1060 in here. I have a 1070 back home, which it does its job. I'm pretty happy with it. People will say you need a 1080 or that new 2080. 1060 absolutely does its job. It's all I've ever needed and more. Okay, we almost got this one down. 138. And 35. Mr. Jubb is streaming. What's he doing tonight? He is playing Simpsons Hit and Run. Man, he was doing that earlier. I wanted to host him. I was able to play GT 5 on Ultra with the 1060, but I suck at shooters. Now I kind of stopped playing it. I can't remember how... that game looked very good when it came out, as I remember. So Ultra High would be pretty high quality. And shooters, I mean, yeah, I feel that. I'm not good at shooters at all. They're not my favorite game. I mean, I play retro games most of the time, so I have that. I am at retro games. So you don't need too high of a spec PC for that. And if you like old games and you're okay with the graphics, very nice. Game of choice is open world? Okay. What would you say your... I'm not gonna say favorite game recently, because people have trouble answering that, but what are you playing like most nowadays? I am a big fan of Witcher 3, so that's pretty awesome. I've been meaning to play the older Witcher series. My 1050 graphics card died when I loaded Witcher 1. Like, it died, and then I loaded back up my PC because I blue screened, and I got screen artifacting because something in the GPU had like melted. It was awful. So I hadn't touched the Witcher series since that because of like worry that it's gonna happen again. Still not, but you know, just in case. But I haven't touched the rest of the Witcher series. And the Assassin's Creed series is awesome. I haven't played any of the newer ones. I played up to about Brotherhood, a little bit of Revelations, which was alright. I have my opinions about it. But I've seen Odyssey and I think it's fantastic. I love Egypt, so very cool. And they did some good stuff with the mythology. Alright, we got a single memory, right? I'm gonna send that to the stash. Is. And we're gonna throw it on the stockpile and call it Flagship. I was gonna suggest a game. I don't know if it's your style, but it's not really open world either. Have you ever heard of Dwarf Fortress? Oh, we got a thick ship. Jesus. I don't know what I would call that game. I guess kind of like an RTS. Well, no, it's not like competitive at all. Survival, base building survival. Yeah. If you've heard of RimWorld, it's very similar. You 100%ed Witcher 3. That's awesome. Yakuza 0. I haven't played the Yakuza series, but Wasabi Tonic keeps suggesting that I check out the Yakuza series, so I'm gonna check that out. I think I want to play Shenmue first before I play Yakuza. I know they're not really the same game mode at all, same game type, but I want to transition that atmosphere if I can. Origins, you've done everything AC Odyssey has to offer until more DLC. Oh, okay, yeah, are you like more of a completionist? Back in the day when I had like 1 or 2 games for a system, I would try to be a completionist as much as I can. I would just play them until I'd done everything. Just recently. It's cool to do. You get your money's worth for sure. And it's nice, like a little accomplishment that you have. I worry nowadays that I'm gonna lose like my Steam account because I have so many games on my Steam account and I have my achievements. Kind of like how I'd worry if I lost my PlayStation account with my achievements on there and stuff like that. But yeah, should get your money's worth. True that. I like this one because you can kind of see inside the ship a little bit. That's nice. Let's keep that. Oh, this thick ship. And I think that's about it. We get another flat one. It's probably gonna be the extremes that we have. Yeah, let's move on. Clearing out history from the top. Oh, we also have a height one. Is this height? Looks like height. Just turned into a rice cooker. Is this a rice cooker? I guess it kind of does, doesn't it? It even has like little spinny things so the rice doesn't get stuck on the sides. Stuck on the sides. This one, it looks like the ship is super tall. but it's crashing instantly. Or is it this one? It's this one. So let's see if we can save that. We might not be able to, but at least we have like the ship going both directions, which is kind of neat. And it's actually kind of easy to sanitize. As long as we see it there, we're good to go. Or a blender. It'd be like a very low speed blender, or maybe it's spinning down. I like rice cooker because it's like a kind of gradual speed. It also makes me hungry because I'm starving right now. Oh, what do I have to eat? I have soup. Excited about soup. I have some chicken noodle soup. My meals mostly consists of noodles. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Every day. Every single day, because I am a poor college student. But I like noodles, so it's worked out right. I've only done it for about 3 years. Crosscode is one hell of a fun game. If you've never heard of it, I have not. Crosscode. Crosscode. Ooh, it's an RPG. Only 16 bucks too. How about that? 2D RPG. Ooh, is it a bullet hell? No, wait. Hey, good look at it. Okay, I love this already. I'm gonna check that out. Also, curious if Yakuza 0 or working on a new game called Judge Eyes. Didn't know that. I got a message with Sabitonic. I'm gonna write a note to message with Sabitonic about the Yakuza series. I don't really know anything about it. I should look more into it though, because it sounds like an awesome series. But thank you for suggesting Crosscode. I'm gonna check that out. Only 16 bucks. 20% off if you're interested in that. Some very good ratings. So many games. It's good. I like game suggestions because I'm one of those people that like hang out on Steam and will go through like the recommended games that they recommend you. Don't like any of them, or I like a lot of them, but I just don't want to buy them or something like that. And then I go through like their sections and their genres, and I just don't find anything I like. Crosscode has more content coming soon, so I'll be dropping. So wait, I'll be dropping back into it later. Gotcha. You'll be checking it out again. What was their last update? Review system requirements. I thought they had updates on the Steam page. Oh yeah, they do. More quests and NPCs. That's cool. Yeah. Continuously producing it. And it doesn't look like it's an early access game off the bat, which I'm super happy about because enough of that early access $60 game stuff going on out there. Game is hard to sell. Nothing wrong with that. Games should be a little bit harder. I'm glad that they are. We're out of the age where like coin-op games were just trying to like get quarters out of you, so they're extremely hard. But then more modern games are too easy in my opinion. I wish we would go just a little bit higher, just a little bit towards like Super Meat Boy and Cuphead and stuff like that. Not as far as that, but I like having an intense difficulty. Or at least a range of them. I like when you have like hard, medium, and easy. I usually go hard unless there's like some specific mechanic I don't know about until I play normal. Puzzles also, I don't know how I feel about puzzles. As long as there's not a lot of puzzles. I like a little bit of problem solving with puzzles. Like, I can do, well, I love Tomb Raider. I can do Tomb Raider. But, I can do, what's the name of it? Nathan Drake, Uncharted. I can do Uncharted. But every once in a while when I can't figure out one of those puzzles, they kind of like nudge you along and they help you. I like those kind of puzzles where I don't spend an hour doing it. Like a puzzle, RPG, hard, hack and slash type of game. Okay. That seems like it's kind of down my alley. I am a fan of like roguelikes as well, so that's kind of the hack and slash ideology in the 2D space. Cool. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. And it's RPG too. Like, that's awesome. Think Link to the Past meets Secret of Mana. Okay. I also feel that because I haven't played Secret of Mana. Secret of Mana, Secret of Mana. I'm gonna pronounce it. I got to decide today. I'm gonna pronounce it Mana today. Secret of Mana. But I love Link to the Past. Okay, we have a single memory, right? Send it to the stash. Throw it on stockpile and call it Tall Ship. Now the ship phases out of reality when we get near it, so hopefully re-rolling it will kind of fix that. We'll see though. Maybe it's just one tall ship. If it is, I think it's an okay corruption that we can keep as components, and we don't have to worry about... Is that any smaller? Let's see. How about... Yeah, it's kind of squashed, it looks like. A little bit. Each game you have is well over 100 hours. Most games I have is around 10 to 20 hours. I have 400 games though, so a lot of them like have maybe an hour. I tried it and I was like, I'll keep it, but I don't want to play it for that much longer. Except Mega Man 11. There's only like 3 or 4 games I've had invested over 500 hours in, which is like Rocket League, Smite, and Stardew is at probably 100. Factorial is up there. I can't think of anything else. But the game's 100%ed. That makes sense, because 100%ing, I mean, that will take a long time. Each day, like once you're getting to the harder achievements, like that's a day right there of grinding, I'm sure, with some games at least. Your all-time favorite game on Steam right now is Dust and Elysian Tale. Always be Dust and Elysian Tale. I have not heard of that either. So many games. Dust and Elysian Tale. Let me check that out. That's on the Switch, but it's also on PC, which is awesome. My career path is towards a game developer, so this is actually awesome for me. Checking out games that I don't know about that are suggested by people as good. The artwork is damn good. I love good artwork. How's the music? What is this? An RPG? Because I love good music that pairs well with the gameplay. Which this is a action role-playing game, hack and slash, whoa, really? Metroidvania, which I can never pronounce that word right, but that's cool that it's one of those that have been falling out of fashion for the longest time until Hollow Knight came along and sort of revived the genre. I don't know if this came before Hollow Knight or not. But the music's good. Awesome to hear. Because you need good music with a hack and slash. You gotta like feel into the motion of it. That is a really pretty art style. You're not wrong. I bet I should be showing it like on stream because I can't show it off. But check out the game that Misfits is just in stream. A very cool art style. Axum Verge is another Metroidvania you want to play. Haven't heard of that either. There's not too many Metroidvanias that I really know of, to be honest. Hollow Knight introduced me to the series, or into the genre. Yeah. I'm not seeing any more of the ship. There's a really tall ship. Let's keep... is that one better? Let's see. Yeah, then this one... I also can't tell which one's taller. I think this one's a little shorter, but it looks better. Let's keep this. Tall ship. You tried Hollow Knight, but God forbid if you knew where to go. There was a point where, and this is when I stopped playing it, where there's just too many places I had to go. I mean, I had gotten an ability, I wasn't sure what the ability was supposed to do, or like where you used it. And I had been so far in the game, and you had to backtrack a lot, which is awesome. I mean, that's the point of the genre. But I just lost kind of what I was supposed to do next, and then with that kind of game, you start trying stuff randomly, and I don't know, I got lost and I didn't touch it again. But I'd like to revisit it. Another unfortunate thing with that kind of game is you have to start from scratch. You can't jump in the middle of a playthrough, really. But yeah, I would say I'm lost as well. Okay, I'm gonna keep re-rolling this one. No, we're gonna move on. From the top. We've been re-rolling that one for a little too long. Yeah, tall Pikmin. Which is kind of neat. Move along though. Oh, okay. This sounds awful, but we're gonna save it because look at that color. Beautiful. I'm so sorry about the audio. It's so loud in my ear. Think about Dust of Elysian. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Elysian. Tales, it was basically made from the vision of one person, aside from the voice acting. Voice acting, again, it's hard to do voice acting. Other than that, he did everything, so... feats like that are just dumbfounding. Stardew Valley, one guy. Was Factorio a single person? No, Factorio was not a single person. But Dust of Elysian's Tale, one person. I love stuff like that, and especially with people when they, it's only one person, they kind of have progression, and you can see their older work and how they've transitioned from that older work to newer work. From a game development perspective, that is just awesome to see. I love that thought process and how you learn from your mistakes with this one, so you decided, okay, let's make it look a little bit better this way. And with just a single person, it's a hell of a feat to do something like that, so good on him. That's even more interesting. I want to check it out now. Okay, the awful audio is gone. I'm gonna keep stumbling over my words today. Kind of a cool color. I like the blue tint. I don't know what's causing that. It's like it's getting to be nighttime, but oh yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. Some games with a higher budget can do so badly, but games with less budget can excel well beyond them. Absolutely. There are so many games that come to mind when you say that. Does Lunderborn ring a bell? How about Lawbreakers? Stuff like that just crashed and burned in an oversaturated market. Whereas people with innovative ideas that are original and they didn't sell out, do amazing jobs at creating their own works. Item number 9, that was terrible. Okay. Oh, I still have this image on screen. Maybe I should hide that now. That window. There we go. Anyways, seeing my we're gonna call this blue tint. We're gonna reroll. Green tint. Cat Quest. No, I haven't. Cat Quest. What I'm amazed is even though I have 400 games in my... about 400 games in my Steam library, I don't have any of the ones that you've suggested today. Not a single one. Is this another hack and slash? You're a big fan of the hack and slash genre. Which I don't blame you, it's a fun genre. It looks adorable. Jeb loves cats, so I guess in English today I cannot do it. Jeb loves cats, so I gifted that to him on PC, but he can't play it on PC. Wait. Oh, but his PC can't play it. So he needs to get him a new one. Were you on yesterday, by the way? That sub train that he was on? He had like 16 subs and like $200 in donations from regular guy. Like he had such a good day yesterday. Yeah, he was doing great. I'm happy for the guy. That was a good stream. I like the blue tint. We're gonna keep that. It's more wintry. I like this one too. It's kind of like a dark gray tint, but it's subtle, so we'll add that on sort of a creepy corruption if we find one. Hoping it comes sooner rather than later. Yeah, I know. His PC, like, I've never had problems with this PC. It always looked alright for me. It was just like the quality that I got when I got to Jumpstream, which was always kind of awesome. Like, all his emotes and stuff like that. It's fantastic to watch. It's an experience in itself. So I don't even know how it'll transform when he gets his own PC, or his newer PC. It'll be interesting, to say the least. I'm excited for them. No, I'm excited for him. He'll be able to do so much more now. we keep that yellow one too? We'll keep this yellow one if we don't find any other color. Okay, yeah, see in a bit. Yellow tints. We're taking all the tints. I don't know if I'm going to use them for anything, but they're just like nice little ones we can throw on other corruptions. This is a nice color. I'm going to call this Wasabi tint. Oh, excuse me. Water. I'm going to take this screenshot, send it to Wasabi, and call it Wasabi tint. Also, is he streaming? It looks like he's streaming. No, he's not. No. I think it was just me going live. Oh, it was. One of saying this looks like Sakura. Oh, there's Wasabi Tonic. I was just talking about you. Sakura. I'm not going to pronounce this correctly. Okay, Sakura petals, like the in pink grass. Gotcha. Wasabi Tonic, how are you doing? Good to see ya. Let me give you a shout out in case you're curious. Me and Wasabi are a part of a stream team. And make sure I spell your name right here, which I will plug occasionally. We all just game together, along with Minister Falco or Not Good. So check it out if you're curious. Wasabi has awesome content. Sakura. Oh, that's how you pronounce it. Thank you. I would not have got that right. Sakura. Gotcha. Anyways, Wasabi has amazing content. I highly recommend anything he plays. And check out the Discord below if you're interested in checking when we're live. Moving on, what were we just doing? We were still tinting. But it's a cool pink though, isn't it? Nope, not that one. What? Why is that one yellow now? Oh, that makes me unhappy. To remove that, maybe? Man. Gotta find that pink one again. Which I think we gotta reroll. Every once in a while we get... I guess I would call them... reference... errors? To put it in a very bad way. Where... we create a reroll. A rerolled value within our stash history. That stash history still points to the original element within the stockpile, and if we choose to keep that element, it will either overwrite the existing element that's in the stockpile already, or it will change the element that we're sending to the stockpile with the existing element on the stockpile. Very confusing. Either way, we get one or the other. We don't get both, which is annoying sometimes, but oh well. Sakura. I'm gonna have... I think... Here, wait. Let's do this. Sakura. There you go. I was gonna have so much trouble. I would never have gotten that right either. Dark green tint. There's the Wasabi one. Sakura. Wasabi tint. I think that is all the tints I want to keep. Yeah. Let's clear our history out and start from the top. Oh my god, what is that art piece? Reroll. You know, it sounds awful. That's really pretty, actually. Basically means cherry blossoms. Gotcha. Okay, well, I really want to keep this as like a Twitch banner. There's so many corruptions that I want to keep as a Twitch banner, and then I get lazy and I don't keep any of them. But I'm gonna keep... I'll put a folder called Twitch banner ideas. And we're gonna put this one in there. And I've sent like 8 to Wasabi, so we'll find some other ones to put in there. Desktop, put it in the Twitch banner ideas. Call it 1. Okay. Because I want something corrupted. Gonna walk around and stretch your legs while the driver installs. Have a good walk, man. stay safe depending if you're in a place that's not so safe. I like the cross-stitch pattern that I'm getting here. This reminds me of Animal Crossing. The 4 seasons. I'm saving a couple of these in Odd Brew. I have a corruption category in there that I occasionally use. The 4 seasons of... Oh, I don't remember the planet name. I'm gonna say Pikmin, but that's totally wrong. Use that as the title name. That kind of works. Moving on. That's kind of flashy. Still don't really want to keep that though. Still looks nice. That one's pretty. There's so many pretty ones. Man. Alright. Let's start from the top. What is that? The Pikmin, they're deep-voiced men. And it's hilarious. Let's keep that. And let's try to keep the audio too. Okay. So this app has the audio. Send that to the stash and deal with that later. This one has the deep-voiced Pikmin that I'd like to keep. This one also kind of has audio. Single memory, sent to the stash. Luckily the music is actually combined with this, so we don't have to worry about sanitizing the other one. You can call this Deep Voiced Pikmin. And let's try re-rolling that. High pitched Pikmin, as you do. We're gonna call this Human Pikmin. Also, I just spelled that wrong, didn't I? I used the C in that. I'm gonna remove this one because this one is a little less good than this one. Human Pikmin, I like this one a lot. Okay, let's match a color with this. Just put a color in here. Call this Human Pikmin. And we can now remove the... That was the Dark Raid set? Yeah, it was. I don't want to remove Dark Raid set yet. I think we might use that for something else. And let's re-roll this a couple more times. You is back. We got Human Pikmin. This one. Which is kind of weird when you think about it. It sounds nice. I like how it sounds. That seems to be the only like kind of good one. Everything else is kind of high pitched or too low. It's the craziest thing you've done on the Kalisha side was only to play. Oh, learn how to play Mahjong. Oh man, I can't even pronounce that today. Mahjong and Shogi and Yakuza. Also human. Oh, so human Pikmin basically gnomes. Basically gnomes, yeah. Shogi and Mahjong. I haven't played either of those. Are you happy to have known how to learn? Are you happy to have learned how to play those games, is what I'm trying to phrase properly? Yeah, Mahjong took me 8 hours to learn. God. For a game as popular as it is, Mahjong's, you know, I feel like pretty popular. As those kind of games go. 8 hours is a long time to learn it. Also, I had to learn a game called Koi. Oh, Koi as well. I thought that was a mistake. Koi. That sounds familiar. Do I know what that is? No, I do not know what that is. Many card games. Yeah, that would be a completionist to learn those and do them in game. We're gonna save this one and call it Heavenly, because that's what this reminds me of. Mahjong is super complex and you still don't understand it all the time. Well, as long as you're constantly learning it. I feel like that would suck if you had spent that 8 hours and then you just never touched it again and you completely forgot how to play it. Basically 14 tile poker. What on my head? I don't even play poker. I play blackjack. It's the only card game I know. And no, it's the only card game I know. Yeah. I don't play a lot of cards. It'd be nice to play more, but it's a time investment to learn them. You know all the rules, and the rules can vary, and you have to find people to play with. Instead of 2 cards, you get 14 tiles, and you have to match them. Oh, that's not so bad, actually. I think I've seen that being played. I know I've seen, like, the tables that they use for, like, automatically sorting them. Use card a tile and draw another. Okay. Heavenly is what we're calling this one. Rerolls producing little to no results. We're gonna move on from that. Oof, okay. Go back to that one a little loud. There's a little bit of logic to it. And if the opponent plays the tile, you need to call Pong and a lot of other stuff. The outcome is Sumo. When you have fully consumed hand. Gotcha. Lots of things going on there. Oh man. I'm in pain hearing that. Move on from that. This sounds like ASMR. Turn out that stream audio just for you guys. Problem is where you no longer conceal, but you only need one more piece in your hand. Okay. I don't think I can picture this in my head. I don't even know what the cards look like. Let alone. Sounds like a gerbil. Oh, that shouldn't sound like that. But now you're gonna hear it a lot more because you said that. Well, I look up what. Is this still Mahjong? What Mahjong player card pieces look like? Tile pieces look like? I know I've seen them. They look like really skinny dominoes, right? Yeah. Learn how to play Mahjong in 2.5 minutes? That's a lie. It's a real lie. That maybe just kind of got dragged out of existence. This one... The atomic bomb went off. As a visual, was it this one? Oh wait, no, the one right before this. Yeah, kind of like... It looks like it's replacing like the player location somewhere else. Oh, the thing you said? Yeah, I kind of tried not to picture that. And now, by saying that, I'm... Alright, moving on. This one... Reset my location when I walk towards where they were, at the ship, and then I'm stuck in the ship. That's kind of weird. Also, what's that audio? Whoa. Someone just sneezed in my ear, it sounded like. Let's try to save that, whatever in the world that is. I don't know, I'm gonna find that. Wait for a couple seconds, I guess. Okay, it's in this one. The set you learned was at the spruce tree. Oh, I thought you were copying the guy that's like whispering in my ear right now. Spruce grass, gotcha. Wasabi, if you're still here, this reminds me of 1 Hour, One Life. The entire game of Pikmin replaced by a single man's noises. That's another game that's made by one person. 1 Hour, One Life. That and YouTube videos. YouTube videos are a godsend for learning new things. Don't know what I would do without them. I think I lost it. Did I lose it? Not in this half. It's not. Oh, it's in this half. Kind of hard to hear though. That's right, I don't mind going away from corrupting for a bit. Because we are kind of doing like a mindless task over and over again. So I like the little pauses. It is mutated Kybler elves. Oh, you said Kybler elves earlier and I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Wait. Oh, I still wasn't sure what you were talking about. Because I know they sound like little gnomes. But I wasn't sure what the Kybler part was. I'm still curious what that is before I look up the game. Every time I look up Kybler, I get Stacy Kybler, and I don't know who that is. It's an actress? But it is Immortal Redneck. That sounds familiar. I think I've heard that before. Immortal Redneck. That reminded me of a really niche game that's right on the tip of my head. In my tongue. I'm not gonna remember the name of that game. It was a very weird, like, Russian game. Kyber elves or cookie elves. Oh, okay. Quaker elves? Doom. I'm confused. Oh no, it's not the game. The game. Yeah, it's not Quaker. Doom is neither of those. It's a very niche game that was made like by one guy, and it was probably only downloaded like 100,000 times or something like that. Super small game. I'm not gonna remember the name of it though. It wasn't very popular at all. No, I have not seen Immortal Redneck before. And it is not what I thought it was either. A first-person shooter was not something I would think I would run into with that kind of name. What's going on, Sky Coaster Man? Good to see ya. I'm gonna give a shout out to Sky Coaster Man, a retro streamer who started the Filthy Casuals, an amazing Discord, the catalog to retro streamers itself. I don't have a link for that Discord, but feel free to throw that in there, Sky. Good to see you. How you doing tonight, man? How's work? I'm not sure if you're still lurking from there or not, but if you're not, I hope you're doing well. There we go. Oh, no, you think you're doing. The game is a roguelike with Twitch integration. Oh, it's with Twitch integration. With the Twitch chat emotes, whatever, help or hinder your progress. Gotcha. You're too kind, sir. I try. No, I'm not too kind. I'm mean most of the time. Cool, I'll have to check out someone streaming that. I'll see if there's anyone in the category streaming that. Check it out. Thank you for the suggestion, Misfits. This one... Oh yeah, there you go. That's a Filthy Casual Discord. If you haven't joined that, highly recommend it. It's an awesome place to be. And run by our very own Mr. Sky Coaster Man. Let's see, I'm not finding anything else in this corruption. Let's start from the top. You know, a lot of rather obscure games. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a great thing to have. A good knowledge of games that are lesser known. We're getting a couple of decent corruptions out of Pikmin, Mr. Sky. Some are okay. I knew that corrupting Pikmin wouldn't be too easy, but oh, that's webcam. I've had it for a little while. I usually don't use it when I'm in college, which I'm currently in college. Occasionally I'll break it out, but most of the time when I'm back home I'll use it. But thank you. I don't throw it up too often. For Pikmin, yeah, let's see. Let's go through it real quick. We got Heavenly, which is like a nice little graphical corruption. We got Human Pikmin, which if you listen, you can hear those lovely human Pikmin sounds. It was it Kybler elves? I still forget the name of the elves. They sound like gnomes to me. If you want to take a look at my wishlist, you might find some games there as well. Where's your wishlist posted? Is it on your Twitch? I might check that out. Kybler elves. I still have no clue what that is. Maybe if I Google Kybler elves. I was Googling Kybler before. It's on your Steam. Oh, okay. Is it the same as your name? Add Misfits. Got it. Let me Google that. Cool. I have that. Oh, Keebler elves. Now I get it. Oh, Tech, you're terrible. Now I get it. Okay, cool. Yes, they do sound like little Keebler elves. We got a bunch of tints ones, just some color tints that we're gonna add on later. We got a tall ship. You can kind of see the tall ship there in the background, very tall. We got a thick ship, which is kind of like a rice cooker, as Misfits pointed out. That's kind of like a rice cooker, which makes me so hungry. I got soup, I can't wait for that soup. We got a flat ship, which is some paper thin shippery. We got a lot of ship corruptions, surprisingly. We have At World's End, which raises the world... Oh, we gotta reset that. Raises the world up into infinity, and we don't see the ground anymore, because it's all down below us. At World's End. We have Cliffside Landing, which you see a little bit of the world, it's brought us a little bit lower. And finally, Drop World, which drops us inside the Earth itself, below the surface. Oh, we can actually see a battery lodged into the world there. I don't think we're supposed to be able to see that. That's a little bit of a boundary break for you. Maybe? No. No, never mind, that's not a boundary break. I think that object's this there, regardless. It's not associated with the world. That makes sense. We have Dim Sky, which is kind of another color corruption. We're going to put that with the tints. We have Not So Disco Snow. All the snow's making little disco effects. Poison Ivy just said, here's some plants. Here's some space plants. Was that in... Oh no. Rock World. Is that Poison Ivy? I don't know my plants very well. But if you pointed that instead it was Poison Ivy, I wouldn't say you're wrong, because I don't know what it's supposed to look like. But yeah, there's some space plants. Oh, unless you mean like the Marvel character Poison Ivy. You might mean that. I might be misinterpreting that. Sorry. We have industry noises. Marvel. Gotcha. I don't know a lot of Marvel characters. I wasn't too big into the comic books. My father was. He was really big into... Or CGC? I don't know either. I didn't get too big into the Marvel DC franchises series, stuff like that. You would know more than me, probably. We have Atrocity Boat Orb, where it becomes an atrocity on screen. And our only hybrid corruption so far, we're going to create a little bit more later on, but Party Floor. Not a fan of it, or just no time. I would say no time. I would like to be a fan of it. And like I said, my father was super into it. He was a comic book collector. I don't have any of those comic books, but I feel like I would get into it if I had the time. I just have so many other things to do. So many series to catch up on. Like binging Netflix, that used to be something I was able to do in high school. I can't do that anymore. It's too much time. Anyways, that's our corruption stockpile so far. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. That's only just one superhero. Okay, that's a cool fact. Let's keep that. IP Man. Not Marvel or DC. IP Man. No, I haven't heard of that. Ooh. That's a karate movie. I should start here. We're gonna start a very own Misfits text file because I have so many tabs open on Google Chrome of just notes I wrote down. IP Man movie. 2, I'm gonna write Kybler Elves because I need to get better at knowing what that is. Immortal Redneck, and then I'll keep my other Google Chrome tab open. You love sharing things? I love receiving things, so I appreciate it. Also, look at this effect on the screen. It's like it turned the ground into water. That's very neat looking. Let's keep that. Pikmin Fishing Simulator? Yes. It looks like... Well, I thought the camera might be messed up, but doesn't look like the case. I just lost the effect. Whoops, so let's restart that. Get that effect back. There it is. I think it's hybrid corruption, so we need multiple memory rights in order to create it. Disco on string. It looks really like warm, relaxing water, like a jacuzzi water. I'd be happy to join. This is a very difficult corruption to sanitize. It doesn't sanitize properly. There we go. Okay, I think I'm just getting unlucky with my rerolls. Yeah, I am. I did it again. Shoot. Oh, we're almost there. We have... This one to be one I just throw on the stockpile and sanitize after stream, because it's going to take a while. Maybe. Can't decide. Ever heard of Kine or Mr. Shifty? I haven't. What kind of stuff do they stream? Or put out? Content do they produce? Oh, I thought they were streamers. They kind of look like streamers' names. Mr. Shifty. I would want to be called Mr. Shifty, even though that's probably a bad connotation. Mr. Shifty. Looks like a superhero game. Alright, they're going on the list. Mr. Shifty and KYN. Oh, I'm also curious what KYN is. Let's check that out. KYN. That's probably gonna be hard to find. Steam? Yeah, there we go. It's a mythology game, which is cool. We're playing strategy. That doesn't look my style, though. But this looks more Wasabi style. Let me write this down and send it to Wasabi. Can send to Wasabi. That looks his style. Very, very difficult to sanitize. 71 memory rights, so we're almost there. $36. There's actually a game on stream that you've wanted to play with someone, but you haven't had the chance to. The new Gauntlet, or well, the older Gauntlet. New Gauntlet. What's that? New Gauntlet. Oh, that looks fun. 4-player co-op. This list is gonna be like 100 elements by the end of the stream. Just Gauntlet, gotcha. Gauntlet. Do they have two versions? Like, did they remaster a new one? I see the Slayer edition. I don't know if that's a new or the old one. I should move this PC closer so I don't have to keep looking over. It's Gauntlet Legends. Okay, gotcha. Oh, it's like Legend Legends. I'm not familiar with Gauntlet past. So that might be unfamiliar to me. But I do like co-op games. 5 memory rights. We're at the point where we can just manually enable some of these. Oh wow, that's super old. Okay. This is the newest version. Gotcha. Do you like the newest version, or do you prefer the older one? And stash. Okay, we got our corruption. Underwater. I prefer Legends, but the new one is fun as well. Okay, gotcha. It's nice when they... Maybe it's not very true to the original, but like they still do a good job with it. I like when that happens. Because sometimes you just can't have a perfect remake or remaster or HD or anything like that. You gotta work with what you got. I like the water. It even looks like it perfectly clips around this area. Rerolls don't seem to be producing too many interesting results other than like it kind of cuts off where it goes to, but our original corruption, let's see, original one I think goes all the way up. Yeah, it does. We can keep that. Yeah, I think this is a good corruption to keep. Should we do a color one with it too? Not these two. Last two blue. You see 3 more games that you have enjoyed but don't really play too much more. Oh yeah, I don't mind. Feel free. First one is Armello. Armello. That's a board game. Cool, okay. Digital board game. Ooh. They have a pretty website. This one looks another one that's more wasabi style. Let me send that to him. How do I spell Armello? A-R-M-E-L-L. I know Broforce, that's what I know. I got one on your list. I'm familiar with Broforce. Which is alright. It's a good game. I like that. And I don't know how to pronounce Nier Automata, but I know of Nier Automata. I believe. Let me look it up just to make sure I know this one. Oh no, I don't. Oh wait. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know. I do. Okay, cool. I'm familiar with that. I haven't played any of the games though, so I should check out that series. You 100% of that one as well, because there's not just one game in that series. There's multiple. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong in saying that though. Yeah, it's the only one. Wow. I thought there was like a whole series for that. Huh. Well, if there's only one, then I'm absolutely gonna check it out. That makes it super easy because then you don't have to worry about like getting into a series and like streaming. Well, not streaming, but like playing every one of them. Yeah. Nier Automata. Okay, we're up to 8 so far. Plus, like 10 tabs. That game is on par with Witcher 3. That is a high... What would you call it? A high... I don't think I have a phrasing for that. A high horse to tackle? That's not a phrase. A high warrant to tackle? That's a hard thing to do, so that's good to hear. That's so much that you can do. I don't know whether I should tint this. But I'm gonna tint it. I'm gonna do like a small tint. Like maybe blue tint will work. Yeah, blue tint actually I almost think adds to it, so let's do that. We're gonna do underwater. Remove the old underwater. And now we can remove blue tint from here. 26 endings? Oh my god. 3 of them being main, 23 of them being chokes. So they're fans of Silent Hill, I see. No. That's awesome. I love joke endings too. As long as they're kind of hard to get. I don't like joke endings when they're like, you can't tell if it was supposed to be the real ending or not. I'm sure they're like a little tricky to trigger, but they're funny. That's cool. I had to code 10 endings for a game once with like the most bare minimum components in the programming project, and that took me hours upon hours just to get the endings like set up so I could write in text. It was such a long process, and 26 in like a full-fledged 3D game. Man, the coding behind that. Incorporates bullet hell, hack and slash, isometric view, 3D person, and side-scrolling. I didn't think it actually incorporated any of that, so that's actually really interesting here. Bullet hell I didn't think it was much of. I didn't think it was a bit of a shoot 'em up. Hack and slash I didn't expect. I didn't know it had isometric either. I thought it was a 3D. Oh no, it's 3D and isometric. Okay, gotcha. And a side-scroller. Huh. I wonder how they combine all that together. Like, I'm sure they have like different modes that you switch through. Sounds cool though, and the music is damn impressive. I'm sure for that they have like a whole live orchestra they can do work with. If I find a song, would you be willing to listen to it? I would be willing to listen to it off stream, yes. I would grab it and then check it out later. But very happy I would be able to check it out later because I love listening to new music. 42 songs and all of them are bangers. Depends on your music type. But we'll see if we have similar music interests. Yeah, give me a suggestion for one of the songs and I'll check it out. Oof. We gotta do more combining. Let's combine some more. We have flat ship. Let's combine flat ship with like... Can we do that with tall ship? Open boss theme, gotcha. Okay, cool. And I have that queued up on YouTube. I'll send it as soon as I self-stream it. I'll check that out. Welcome to Nier Automata, where everyone is suffering, even the bosses. That's depressing. I don't know how to combine these together. This is like Flat World. We should combine industry noises with a color. Let's do Dim Sky. These two together. I think Dim Sky is actually just flat Earth. Flat world. It's got an eerie feeling as well. That you know you're in an epic fight. In an epic fight. Yeah, I like good boss music. Like, it's hard to do good boss music. Yeah, you can just get like the upbeat, really energetic track, but some of them you can sell it in so many ways. You can have like complexity to it that adds to the whole mood and atmosphere. What's coming to mind is Metal Gear Solid 4 and all the beauty bosses, and those always have that kind of eerie, horrifying feeling to them. Let's combine these two together. The only song I really don't like is the Pascal Village one. Pascal Village one. Gotcha. I will steer clear of that one if I go through the whole soundtrack. I'll give it a listen and see how I feel about it. Atrocity. Forward. That gets rid of blue tint. Dark blue tint. I don't know what to do with the rest of these yet. I think we're gonna gear up to finishing up. Yeah. We'll keep the stockpile, and I think what I want to do... Well, we can't keep the stockpile, can we? We'll keep the stockpile, of course, we'll save it. But with multiple stockpiles, with different save states, we're gonna have to throw out the old stockpile and start fresh with the new one. So we'll save the stockpile. And I think off stream I'm just gonna mix some of the components together. We've got a couple good ones to start off with, but usually with those components you can add it to an existing corruption stockpile with another save state and still kind of combine them together. I'll have to explain that the next time I stream it, but I forgot about the game Wizards of Legend. Ooh, Wizards of Legend, that sounds good. Check that out. Wizards of Legend. I like wizard games. I like magical games. Ooh, and I like the art style of this one. Very pixely. In a good way. This is one that I think I'm gonna really like. I think I've seen this, were they early access recently? Or no, I don't know where I saw it. I'm getting tired if you can't hear it. 9, Wizards of Legend. Did Elmore's head grow like 2 inches then shrink? Did it? Was it when I started this one? Or was it Party 4? I missed that. He might have been one of them. I am familiar with Titan Souls. I believe. Let me make sure I know that. Titan Souls. Yeah, familiar with Titan Souls. Very pretty game as well. Beautiful art style. Alright, so we're gonna transition here. I think. Once I have stockpile saved to make sure I actually save it. Pikmin to stock. Okay, that is saved. Confirming it's saved by hitting save 50 times. Alright. And let's pull up some music. Some non-copyrighted music so I don't get sued. Oh, it's restarting itself. There we go. Let's do some Harvest Moon sound. I just realized I'm still up. Oh, my set. Oh, I'll check that out in a sec. Let's actually see that now. Did his head shrink? Oh my god, it did. I don't know if that's supposed to be in the game or not, though. No, it's probably not. Because it looks like it's almost like natural, like an animation. Huh. I don't know what's going on there. I didn't notice that in any of my corruptions. Unintentional corruption. How about that? Let's switch scenes to here, and let's do some Mineral Town music. Just gonna start immediately. Cool, so I think that wraps things up. So that was Pikmin 2, which corrupted surprisingly okay. Like, we've had much better corruption streams, but this one did alright. I was pretty happy with the results, and it's much better than what I had before. I'll probably be hosting Jub, so I'll check him out in a sec. Who else is streaming today that I have? He's doing Hit and Run. I really want to see that, so I'm gonna host him. So we'll switch over to that scene in just a sec. Once again, I'm gonna plug Oddbrew. Stream team I'm a part of. If you go to bit.ly bit.ly/Oddbrew or bit.ly/Oddbrew, you can check us out there. And yeah, stand by for just a sec. We're gonna go and raid Mr. Jub. I normally stream every day if I can, unless I'm a little busy. I have midterms coming up in a little bit, so I'm gonna be a little shy on the streaming every day. But I'll try to do it whenever I can. And we usually do corruption content, in case you haven't seen me before. I usually do corruption, so check that out. You have some more obscure games for me next time? I'm excited. Give me some more obscure games, that sounds awesome. And especially if you have any ones that I can try to check out for corrupting, I would love that. If you have like a game that you would love to see corrupted, shoot me that suggestion, and I would love to do it. I did that with Sky. He suggested Sewer Sharks when I had a lot of fun corrupting Sewer Sharks, which I had never even played a game on the Sega CD before, so that was very enjoyable for me. And yeah. Bastion here. Is that a game? Or are you saying you're a Bastion? Bastion here. I haven't heard of that one. I see a game called Bastion, but I don't think it's the one you're talking about. Unless... What system was that on? Is Bastion? If it's a PC game, we have a lot of trouble corrupting PC games. It's possible, but we're going to be using Cheat Engine for it, which is a little shaky on the quality and the output. It's doable though. I'll check that out. PC games I have, especially the procedure for getting started with the Cheat Engine one. So say the game crashes, which is if we're going to be corrupting a PC game, it's going to crash a lot. In order to restart the executable, we would have to, if it's through Steam, launch it through Steam, or run the executable directly, wait for the whole entire intro sequence to go through again, and get to the point where we're corrupting once again. So it can be kind of a lot to reload it every time, and if it's a game that doesn't corrupt well, we could end up doing that process, and it would take like 30 seconds, almost 200 times that stream. So it could take a long time, but it's possible, and I might give it a go. I'll check it out. It's on all the newer consoles. I think 360 emulation and corruption is possible, so I might give that a go. I would need to pull, I have a 360, so I'd have to pull my BIOS off that. I'll look into it. I'm gonna put that on the list as well. It was just Bastion. Let me write that down. Number 10. Bastion, Burger King for lettuce. Okay, got it. Cool. And then I think we're all set. So thank you for everyone who's able to stop by. Thank you, Mr. Misfits, for talking with me the whole stream. I appreciate it, and all for the fantastic suggestions. Sky Coaster Man, Wasabi Tonic, you both stopped by. Always love the supports. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. And you'll probably see me at Dubs Chat too, because I'm going to be there for a while. So have a good night, everyone.